This boy receives 6 golden eggs every day. Each egg is worth $100,000, and the golden eggs come from a giant in the sky. The boy's name was Jack, and he was the most mischievous child in the village. One day, he met a blood-sucking beast. The beast grabbed the boy and immobilized him. Afraid of being eaten by the giant, the boy said he could help the giant with anything. The giant believed the boy and said he would give the boy 6 golden eggs a day if he would help him return to heaven. Each egg was the size of a pebble. The boy's family was very poor, and he was very happy to hear the giant's answer. That night, he took the giant to taste the most delicious dish in the town. It was a turnip bigger than a man. After eating the turnip, the giant and the boy went into the jungle. He handed the boy a telescope. He said, "That's where my home is. You can look through the telescope." The boy was stunned when he saw the castle in the sky. How could it help the giant get home from such a distance? The giant didn't care about the reality of the situation. If it couldn't help him get home, his next meal might be a little boy. The scared little boy rushed back home and took out 3 gold coins from his house. These 3 gold coins were his family's only savings. When his mother asked him what he was doing, he didn't dare to answer because he was afraid that she would find out. The boy took the gold coins and went to the market. He went to the best magician in the area and asked how he could fly to the sky. The magician thought the boy was crazy, so he just said a few words to make him leave. But when the boy saw that the wizard was not happy, he immediately took out the 3 gold coins in his pocket. The magician was a money-minded man. He immediately took out a magic bread and said that this bread could help them. The boy took the bread and left, but just as they were about to go and use the magic bread to go back to heaven, the townspeople started to end up. They realized the giant's presence and fled in terror. Luckily, a hunter appeared to calm them down. The hunter said he was a great hunter and specialized in killing giants. The crowd listened to the hunter's words, and they all calmed down. The hunter's power was so strong that in just a few minutes, he had caught the giant and tied him up. The boy saw that the giant was about to die and began to feel anxious in his heart, for the giant was about to lose the 6 golden eggs he had promised him. At that critical moment, the boy pulled out his axe to save the giant, but this scene was seen by the hunter. The hunter grabbed his weapon and knocked out the boy's axe, saying that he would bring the boy and the giant to justice together. A huge torch lit the fire below. The giant and the boy were tied to the wood and left to die. At that very moment, the giant cried out in fear. Never thought such a bloodthirsty beast could be afraid. The tears he shed were pouring down like tap water. The fire was doused by his tears, and the boy escaped from the rope. While the people next to him were still singing and dancing, they began to flee the scene in ashes. When they got to the countryside, the boy took out a loaf of bread and said he would help the giant to leave. The giant took one look at the bread and became furious, because how could a loaf of bread go back to heaven? He lifted the boy up and ate him. The boy immediately explained that he hadn't started using his magic yet. When the giant put the boy down, the boy planted the magic bread into the earth. The next moment, a giant loaf of bread rose up out of the ground. It went straight up into the sky, and even the boy flew up. Just then, the people of the village arrived. They began to wonder at the boy's amazing behavior, but the breadfruit tree wasn't as stable as the boy thought. It swayed and threw the boy from it. Just as the boy was about to hit the ground, the giant dropped to the ground and saved him. Everyone was shocked at the giant's actions. How could a murderous monster have the heart to save others? Then the breadfruit tree fell from the sky and crushed the hunter, almost killing him. But then the giant saved the hunter, regardless of the past. The villagers were amazed by the giant's repeated behavior. It seems that the giant is not as evil as they thought. After the giant revealed the mystery of his life, everyone decided to help the giant return home. Another magic loaf of bread rose from the ground. The little boy cried as he saw the giant leaving. In order to fulfill the boy's promise, the giant took out his first golden egg and gave it to the boy. After saying his goodbyes, the giant climbed up to the sky following the lines of the bread tree. Many years later, the villagers all had a golden egg in their hands. But the most amazing thing was that the little boy got 6 every day. From then on, the boy became the richest man in the area.